All right. What's going on, guys? This is going to be kind of wild. For anyone who didn't know, um, Omni and the Hellcat was sentenced to five and a half, like 66 months. So 5 years and 6 months. You know, that news didn't hit as hard as I think it would have hit once if it had came out when he got charged and when he got arrested and he got raided. Because it really, it's like people knew this was going to happen. But what I want to talk about is why the internet is the way it is. And this is something I've been thinking about all day. And let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me get in there because this is going to be a critical part of the analysis, so to speak. We're going to get into it, John. Any- All right. Let me see if I can find. Trying to find something. Let me put it in there like that. All right. So let's kind of jump into it. All right. I'm not going to play this, but this is kind of part of the analysis. I'm almost 30 and never been in a relationship. I listened to part of the show, and it was a woman who's almost 30. She's never been in a relationship. And let me get to this. Let's see if I can find it. Let me find something that's a more, let's see. Because they had a whole, here it is. 50% of men are sexless. 50% of men are sexless. And, um, I was watching this and I was really paying attention to what I was seeing. And this got me to thinking, all right, I am a product of the 60s. I was born in 1966 and I went through a certain matriculation. I had my first girlfriend, and I will define girlfriend, in the eighth grade, redhead, green eyed girl with a big booty. Used to hold her hand, used to be proud to be with her, kissed her, never had sex with her. That didn't happen. And I had an identified girlfriend, eighth grade. And then we kind of parted ways. She actually moved. That was one of the big reasons that we parted ways. And then I went on and I had a few more casual type relationships. And then when I joined the military, that's when the floodgates opened. The floodgates opened because I went away summer 1985, went to Fort Dix, New Jersey, basic training, and a lot of things happened. I hit a growth spurt. I literally grew 5 inches. I lost a lot of weight. When I came back home, people did not recognize me. That's how much I had changed. And that opened up the floodgates because, I was an average person. I was a virgin when I graduated high school. And that lasted, let me see, July, August, September, October, November. The virgin status lasted October to 1985. That's when that ended. And I'll tell you what happened. I went to Fort Sam Houston for my AIT. It was very much a college-like experience for me because it wasn't traditional military. I don't think until I got to Schofield Barracks I was anything any remotely close to the established military. And I met a lot of girls there, and I had went through this personal transformation, and my virgin status ended October 1985. And I went on to have many romantic experiences, meet women, date women, go out with women, and at that time I was 19, 19 years old. And one of the things that I have seen and I understood, because when I left Hawaii and went to Fort McPherson, dating was not hard. It just it just wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. And meeting women and going out with women was kind of like a normal routine thing. And I'm kind of going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. One of the things that I saw was a normal progression of life. I saw meeting women, establishing relationships was a normal thing. It was just a very normal thing. And one of the things that I begin to see just thinking back is I went through a matriculation phase. I went through an experience where I met people, I had relationships, I got to know people. And this is kind of wild because let me go ahead and bring it up. We have a broad group of people who are not having traditional relationships. We have, and like I said, this guy, he has very philosophical, more educational podcasts. That's why I pointed to him because he doesn't do stuff for clickbait or just put stuff out. He has really good podcast, in my opinion. And what we're seeing is, I'm not going to call it a breakdown in society. I'm going to call it a big change. We have people who have abandoned normal, traditional, and realistic relationships. We have people who are not having normal relationships. Like, I'm about to step on it. All right, I'm about to go back.
Now to the latest and a very bizarre.
This was 10 years ago. This was a guy who made it to the NFL. He played. I don't even know if he's still in the NFL. But 10 years ago, star player of the Notre Dame football team had a situation where he didn't have a real girlfriend. This was 10 years ago. He did not have a normal relationship. 10 years ago. I'm putting this in time. He did not have a formal, he somehow 10 years ago created a relationship, had a situation where he was conned because they did exposés on it. Because let me see if because I don't think he's still in the NFL. Let me kind of look at it because I think he's gone. I think he did 7, 8 years in the NFL, which is a pretty long time because the NFL is not for long. Let's see. Um, he's a former American football linebacker, played college ball at Notre Dame, where he was consensus All American, received 8 national awards. He's 32. Manny Taylor was selected 38th overall, which means he went in the second round by the San Diego Chargers in the 2013 NFL draft. How many years did he play? He played 8 seasons, which is pretty good. It's pretty good for you to do 8 seasons. So that's a good part of it. He did 8 seasons in the NFL. But I want to put to you, this guy 10 years ago did not have a normal meet, greet, get together type relationship. This was 10 years ago. And I bring this up to make this point. If we are in these type of situations 10 years ago, where are we today? Where are we today? I mean, one of the things that we will see, what's up? All right, do your work, man. Do your work. What's going on? What's up? What's up? I think that's a very important statement. They act as normals out of style. And one of the things that I have seen is because, like, I did a live stream talking about telling the truth in YouTube videos, in her Instagram videos, and all this other stuff. It's not working. And I really, really thought about that. It's like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this a real thing? And then I started to explore and observe other things. And one of the things that I'm seeing is the society has dramatically changed. The reason that the internet, which is led by social change, is the way that it is because people have fundamentally changed. Going back 10 years ago, 11 years ago, we have a guy who did not have a real relationship, star football player at University of Notre Dame. There are tons and tons of women running around the campus. And this guy who was a star football player got drafted by the NFL. Did not have a real girlfriend. What's up? An alarming number of dudes have imagination relationships with OnlyFans models. I'm about to touch on that. Pretty much. That was one of the things. Let me show you this.
Have two, how do you set them up?
All right.
So today's video is talking all about that.
She is an ER nurse. She's married. She's in school. And she has an OnlyFans page. She is married. She's a nurse, an ER nurse. And she does OnlyFans. Now, I went ahead and checked. And you could find her OnlyFans page. And even though I did not purchase it, I can guarantee you that she is getting naked. And she's made this YouTube channel where she talks about what's going on. She hadn't made a video in a minute.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm that.
And she's making money on OnlyFans. She is making money. But she is married. She's making money. She's going to school. She's doing OnlyFans. And one of the things that I see with this is we've entered into a very different situation in the world. We've entered into something that is like crazy. We have entered the new paradise. I mean, she is an OnlyFans model and she is married. And I keep bringing that up because if you have a successful marriage, and once again, marriage has changed. Marriage has changed. It's changed quite a bit. Let's see. What can I? Um, let me see. Can't really. Can't really get into my thing because let's see. Oh man. I don't I don't know. Let me see.
About that, why I have the two.
I'm trying to find something. Uh-huh. Make sure I'm not trying to all right. So this is her OnlyFans. I had to make sure I wasn't going like I don't do OnlyFans. Hi, my name is Adele. I'm an emergency room nurse and doctorate candidate, blonde, ambitious, and beauty brains and PPV. I don't know. What is PPV content? I would assume that is nude, whatever. Live streaming free for subscribers, sexting, live video chat, and a lot more. So this woman is doing OnlyFans. That's funny. Pay per view. Okay. I didn't even know what that was. But what you're seeing is
About that, why I have the two.
a wholesale notion. Like, kind of go back to Florida Evans. Let's go to Florida Evans. It was 16 years ago that this was put on YouTube. I don't think you see this type of behavior at large. Florida Evans and her family were living in this 2-room apartment in the hood, and they were doing and I'm going to take a moment here. This was the face of Black America for a long time. Good times. I think this was after James had died. This was like 16 years ago. So, why did I bring you to Florida Evans? The sensibility of a Florida Evans, the notion of a Florida Evans, the fact that on that show, JJ was selling drugs. He told him he could, if he kept doing that, he couldn't be part of the family. The impetus, the portrayal of a Florida Evans, it doesn't exist at large anymore. It doesn't really exist. We're not seeing. Let's see. What? What are y'all talking about? I don't think pimping's ever going to go out of style. She's making money. So one of the things that we're seeing with Florida Evans, and the reason I bring up Florida Evans, okay, I want you guys to kind of stick
About
with
that,
me
why I
a
have
little
the
bit.
two
Going back to 2000, 1990, 1980, you would not see
separate OnlyFans
a
pages.
woman who looked like this, and she wouldn't be doing OnlyFans. She would not be in a strip club. She would not be doing the things that you see that these people are doing. This would not be a reality. And I bring this up to show you how much we as a society have changed. She's making some money. I don't know how much money she's making. But she's making money. This woman is making, this married woman, and I keep bringing up, she's married. She is married, and she's making a lot of money on OnlyFans. Now, I've kind of taken you down the path. I've kind of taken you to a point. We have women calling up national radio shows talking about, I'm 30 years old and I can't get a date. We have a married woman who's an ER nurse. Now, why do I bring up ER nurse? I know she's making money because as an ER nurse, let's just kind of get into it. ER nurse per hour. Average salary for an emergency department nurse in Georgia is $33 per hour. That's 11% lower than the US average of $37.24. Okay. So let's say she works her normal shift, then she gets to the point where let's go ahead and do 35 divided by 2 plus 35, 52 bucks an hour times 12. This woman can make $630 in a day. And let's just go, she did times 2. She can make $1,200 times 4. She can make an additional $5,000 working overtime in her career. But she's not doing that. She ain't doing that because she makes more money. That's funny. No dudes that manage models. That's crazy. Ben the bartender, ain't no way I let my wife do that. Pretty much. We've changed abundantly. We've changed a lot. Yeah, she's a RN. She's showing that cat getting paid off a trick. This is kind of where we are. We have men who are not dating. We have women who are not dating, who are not getting in traditional, normal relationships. And we have married women with really good jobs doing OnlyFans. This is where we are. We don't have people who are getting in traditional relationships. It is what it is. It's deeper than cyber thirst. It's much deeper than that. Let's talk about what happened to me a few years ago with October, and I made that video talking about R. Kelly. After doing this research, one of the reasons I was getting so much hate wasn't because I was getting some young stuff. That hadn't, the fact that I was getting some and was publicly putting it out. That's one. I still have fools who come to the channel who leave something and they want my attention. Is this the other R. Kelly? I'm like, seriously, because these people are not entering into traditional, normal, usual relationships. Right now, you have a bunch of men out here right now. I can guarantee you that someone is at their house watching her OnlyFans content and is manually enjoying themselves. I guarantee it right now. Someone's at home manually getting off on her. Manually. Right now, someone is at home doing that, because here's the thing. And this was a point that I was trying to get to with the masculine training. I'm going to show you something. Let me go ahead.
Like me, you might have heard. Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm
All right. I'm just going to let this play for a minute.
Asian. Now, if you're Asian like me, you might have heard of spam. No, not that spam, you idiot. I'm talking about shy, passive Asian males. Indicators of being a spam include being too shy to talk to girls, being 6 feet tall, and excessively wearing dry fit shirts.
All right. Here's an Asian guy. I asked out 100 girls on a date to get over my fear of rejection. This is what I learned.
Really, bro? I'm 6'1". All jokes aside, I really was a spam growing up. No one really ever told me I was attractive, and all the people that I thought looked super attractive on television, they looked nothing like me. So I basically grew up never talking to girls. Now, that was normal in middle school, and that was tolerated in high school. But now I'm a grown college student, and I've never been on a date in my life. If only there was a way to change that.
I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay.
In order to ask out 100 girls, I need to find 100 girls. Beggars can't be choosers, so I don't care what they're like as long as they're 18 and up. So what's a good place to find girls 18 and up? A college. We're going back to college. Actually, we're already at college. We just need to find someone to ask out now. Would you go on a date with me?
No,
Why?
I'm a lesbian.
Let's try that again. Would you go on a date with me?
We're kind of, yeah.
Third time's the charm, right?
I don't know you, so no.
I can't just be like, all right, let's go out.
No.
Is there anything I could do to convince you otherwise?
If you can show me in my dimension you're a strong person.
Let's go find number 6.
Realistically, no, because I'm interested in someone else.
Is there anything I can do to convince you otherwise?
Maybe give me $1 million.
You do realize I ate spam out of the can like a minute ago, right? Would you go on a date with me?
I probably wouldn't.
Now, at this point, Sam started to lose what little confidence he had coming in.
So he's asked 7 girls in a row to go out with him, and they all said no.
You would think that rejection gets easier the more it happens, but he just started to feel worse. To be honest, he was ready to give up, admit that this was a failed video, and just go home. But his whole life, he'd always heard the phrase, 8th time's the charm, so he decided to give it one more try.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yeah. I mean, you seem very straightforward, and I'd be down to go on a date with you if ever.
Hello, I'm Sam's translator. If you recognize my voice, it's probably because I serve as Sam's narrator and also as Sam himself. Now, in case you didn't know, English is not his first language. It's actually idiot. So when he says,
Cool.
what he really means is, holy crap, why did she say yes to me? You are too attractive. Please take it back. Please take it back. I'm not worthy of your love. And to make things worse, he could have just walked away. But you know what he did? He immediately asked out the girl sitting right next to her. This guy's an idiot.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes, I like how you approached me.
Wow, I feel you guys are too kind. You guys are too kind today. You guys are way too.
Confidence.
Now, Sam has 3 options here. He could either go on a date with girl number 8, or a date with girl number 9, or he could go date both of them. You know what he did? He walked away to find girl number 10 because he was way too nervous.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes.
Here's your chance, Sam. You've learned from your mistakes with girls.
All right. I'll let that play to show you that this is something that I have been talking about for years. You see what he looks like. He's a dorky Asian guy. And he had enough nerve to keep asking women out. And you saw what happened. This is something that I have been saying on my YouTube channels for the longest period. Let me see. Hold on, let me go through these comments real quick. There's a lot of stuff on this platform. And like I said, I'm just playing through these comments. No, the whole point is he kept asking women to go out with him, and women started saying yes. If you are a normal dude in the United States of America today, and you were to do this, your dating life would be transformed. Your dating life would be transformed. Your whole life would be transformed. Your whole life. And this is something that I've been talking about on my male channels since I created them. And here's the thing. Women are not getting dates. Men are not getting dates. Men are not having sex. Women are not having sex. And this has created this alternative YouTube universe. This alternative universe where, because my whole thing has been like, I've been putting this out for the longest. Why aren't people watching these content creators who are putting out garbage information, and why aren't they being challenged? Because the majority of the people watching the content do nothing with it. Going back to dating, they don't have the ability to set up a normal date. YouTube universe. Like, I'm not going to go into the details. I'm going to talk about a situation that I was in at Schofield Barracks where I was literally passed around. This is something the real estate trapper was talking about. Most of society's depressed. I believe that. Once again, I just showed you what a not very attractive, he has a lot of acne, he's young, he's unconfident, and he had the ability to ask 11 women to go out, and women start saying yes. Now, right now, I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Actually, right, so let's go in his. How successful are men on Tinder? There's a ton of videos. There's a ton of videos. If you are not in the top 20% of attractiveness in today's world, if you're on one of these dating apps, you can literally spend weeks swiping with no results. Let me say that again. You could be on these dating apps. You could be on multiple dating apps and get no results. No results whatsoever. None. And we just saw this awkward, emotionally challenged Asian man go up and ask 10 women out, and 3 out of 10 said yes. Right now, you have a ton of men who are losing.
I want you to watch how emotionally upset this.
Who are losing. You have a bunch of men who are losing on dating apps. They're losing on Tinder. They're losing on Bumble. And guess what? They refuse to get off. They refuse to get off. They keep doing the same stuff that continues to bring them failure, continues to knock them off the track, continues to mentally and damage them emotionally. I'm going to get to that, Poli. I'm going to get to that. They lack flyness. Guys sit back and wait to be approached by females. Real women aren't going to approach you. They rather be approached. Social media turned into real life for them. The whole thing that I'm trying to present is the massive social change that has happened in society and what we're dealing with. And this is the reason, because see, we want to say it's the internet. It's not the internet. It's society. We have men and women out here who are getting into their 30s getting into their 40s who are not experiencing the normalcy of actually having a dating relationship. In 2023, we have a ton of people who are not engaged in a normal relationship. Ton of people. Oh, yeah. It is a massive change on the social level. And this is one of the reasons that you have people out here living the way that they're living, because once again, I showed you 10 years ago, a star football player at the University of Notre Dame got conned into a fake relationship with a girl he never met. That was 10 years ago. Imagine what's going on. Like, let me show you something else. Meeting my girlfriend for the first time.
All right, so I'm currently out here in why I'm here. Next video, you guys will see that. But first of all, I'm on a plane. Anyways, I booked. So mind you, I already paid.
I flew 5,989 miles to meet my long distance girlfriend for the first time. Let me read that again. I flew 5,989 miles to meet my long distance girlfriend for the first time. This is becoming a normal part of society, where people are getting in relationships on the internet and not meeting. Let me say this again. People are getting into long-term, serious, committed relationships with people that they have never actually met. I'm just curious to see what his girlfriend looks like. That's the only reason I'm fast forwarding, because she's going to have to be in here somewhere. Okay. Where is she? I think. He's in the hotel room. He's hugging his long distance girlfriend for the first time in their relationship. I want you to really, really think about that, because this video is about to end. He has a long distance girlfriend. Oh, sorry. I did not clip on that. Let me kind of go back.
All right, so I'm currently out here in LAX. You guys are probably wondering why.
You know, I'm not going to
go back towards the elevator.
Through that
go back towards the
whole
elevator, and in that first little turn.
That's the first time he has seen his internet girlfriend. Really? Pretty much. You can't get a woman with substance using new school values. Wow. Once again, this is one of the reasons you see what you see. This is how people living. This is reality, man. Now, one of the things that you guys have to understand, I'm showing you the reality of how America is at the moment. I'm showing you the reality. 10 years ago, a star football player at the University of Notre Dame got conned into a false relationship with a man. 10 years ago. And 11 years ago. I'm just saying what's happening today is we have a lot of people who are not entering into real relationships. Let's see. It's having no game at all. No, that's not everyone's reality, but once again, I want you guys to think, who uses the internet the most? The younger they are, the more they use the internet. Typically, when people get to be in their late 30s, 40s, 50, their internet usage goes to utility. But there are people who are living on the internet. They live on the internet every day. And this is the reason that we have the situation that we have. I was like watching the real estate trappers video, and he said there's three types of people. There are people who live in the real world, there are people who live on the internet, and there are people who live in the real world who use the internet. I'm the third one. I live in the real world, but I use the internet consistently. And I'm just saying that we have an extremely large contingency of people who are living on the internet. They're living on the internet. They're not playing around with the internet. They have literally set up their whole life on the internet, which kind of makes me think of the metaverse, which used to be Facebook, and living in the metaverse. I'm about to say some stuff. We have people who are going to be living in a true to life matrix right now. We have people who are living in the matrix right now. They're living on the internet right now. They're living on the internet right now. They're living on the internet right now. They're doing a lot of internet stuff, a lot of clown stuff, a lot of playing around, a lot of stuff. They're doing that right now. And one of the biggest things that is happening with people living on the internet is how it impacts and disturbs reality. People doesn't spend much time loving and evaluating themselves. How can you invite someone in your space when you don't even know yourself? Grown Folk City, a lot of these people don't even have their own space. This is one of the situations, and this explains why the internet is the way that it is. You have people like I'll show you. Let's go here. I'm going to show you something that's going to be kind of wild. All right. This car is extremely popular online. Extremely popular online, right? Really good pictures, really good articles. You will see this all day online.
Who's that creeping through my window? Who's that creeping?
Now, this is one of the things I find extremely like. Here's a short video that was put up a month ago. The Porsche 911 Turbo is a high-performance sports car as part of the 911 series and equipped with a turbocharged flat six that produces 640 horsepower. The car is known for its powerful acceleration, sharp handling, and luxurious interior. These people love this car. They love this car. And if you like this guy.
What is up, guys? Right behind me is the Porsche 911 Turbo S, and I want to know if you would choose this over a Lamborghini. Don't get it confused. This Turbo S is just as much of a supercar as a Huracan. If I slide my hand like this, that's going to open my front trunk just like you have in a Huracan. Behind these wheels, you have 16.5-inch 10-piston brakes, which means your brakes are literally...
Interestingly enough, he just built his channel on shorts. That's the majority of his videos. Just put that out there.
What is up, guys?
You can just put this out there, or if you want to get into it, AMG, we're having a little buffering at the moment. But cars, and this is one of the things you see on today's internet, is people are lusting and thirsting after cars they can't afford. The average person who's watching this video cannot afford this $200,000 vehicle. Just can't. Doesn't matter, because they like watching these finer things. Like, people are going insane over these car videos. Now, this one, interestingly, now this is BMW X5M. Now, this is my car. Well, let me go ahead and go 2017. Now, my car does not get a lot of love on the internet. Just 20, 40,000 views. It's not an extremely popular car compared to the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon and certain other things. It's just not that popular. Oh, they're molded by the internet. I mean, this is where we are. Yep. You know, one of the things you will see is that the world is not normal anymore. The world isn't normal anymore. And this is why the internet, because when you really look at the cause and effect of the situation, when you look at the cause and effect of the internet, when you look at the reality of the internet, when you look at what's going on with the internet, and you look at the human element of the internet, it explains a lot of what's going on. It explains a lot of the stuff that's going on. It explains the habit of the internet. It explains the issue of the internet. We're in a very different place. And I'm going to say something that may be very bold. I think that we're at a point where we have more people living on the internet than we have people who are not living on the internet. I think that's where we are. We have more people who are living on the internet than we have folks who are not living on the internet. And what we see on the internet is a reflection of what's to come and where we're going. What you will see on the internet is foretelling the future. And this is one of the things, because like I said, I'm in a state of deep analysis. I'm looking at everything and I'm asking myself questions. It's like, why are these people watching these videos that make no sense? Like, go ahead and talk about shorts. How many of you see shorts that make no sense whatsoever? They're all over YouTube because people will put up anything. I don't think the economy is going to crash. Like, let's talk about it. The economy isn't going to crash. Right now, we have record employment. Employment has not been this low since 1969. And we have people buying up houses, Porsche, Rolex. You cannot buy a new Rolex at the moment. That's how BMW, Porsche, Mercedes, Rolls Royce, $1 million condos, $1 million houses are in hot demand right now. The economy is not crashing. I don't know about the TikTok thing. I don't know about that. Well, I'm not keeping up with the economy at the moment. That may come back. We will see. My shorts get 40 to 50,000 sometimes. They're just for building numbers. Here's the thing. The people who watch your shorts are not the same people who watch your long form content. Grown Folk City. I'm telling you, because my opinion, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me, shorts are a trap because you go ahead and you put up a 2 to 3 minute video and it gets 50, 60, 100,000 views. Then you put up a long form content video and you get 500 views. What are you going to do? You're going to do what produces the most views. Oh, they're making money. TikTok is very educational. Okay. Facts. I can't get them to watch my channel. That like shorts are a trap. You got to be really, really careful with shorts. Now this is one of the things that is said. Do not create a separate shorts channel. Integrate the shorts on your long form content channel. I totally disagree. I feel if you have a shorts channel, you should just have a shorts channel and then go ahead and have a long form channel because it's two different audiences. It's two different audiences. It's not the same audience that's going to come and watch your long form content. It's two different audiences. And I see this all the time. People are nosy. Yeah, because essentially YouTube at the moment is pushing shorts like a drug dealer pushing crack. YouTube is really, really pushing shorts. So, if I ever submit to the pressure of doing shorts, I will, maybe do a separate channel. But if it isn't drama, they will not watch anything. That's not true. There's an audience on YouTube that will watch serious videos. Yeah, because I've seen this. And a lot of people have gone to a shorts only channel. China loves it. That's one of the reasons I think TikTok's going to get banned. I really think TikTok's going to get banned because it's deeply put together by China and the people who are in it. But yeah, I'm telling you what's going to happen. In the future, you're going to see it's going to be very hard to do things like the big people on TikTok are making crazy money. The bigger people are making crazy money. But the average person is not making hardly any money with YouTube, with the shorts and all this other stuff. They're hardly making any money. And one of the things we will see. But at the moment, what you're seeing with human interpersonal relationships is the cause of why the internet is the way it is. That's the reason that we're seeing what we're seeing. This is one of the things that we're seeing because a lot of people are not prone to deep intellectual understanding. And we're seeing We're just seeing it because, like I said, I'm in a deep analytical state. I'm looking at stuff, I'm taking information, and I'm, once again, like when you launch a company with your product, you need to know if the market that wants your product, you need to know if it's growing or dying. And right now, the audience for entertainment, educational type YouTube videos is growing like crack. It's growing like crack. So you're seeing the evolution of American society. You're seeing a new mindset. You're seeing a new thing that's being put together. And this is what we have. And this is not going to change. And this is the thing that, this was like one of the most frustrating parts for me was like, okay, when is it going to change? It's not going to change. It's going to stay like it is. It's going to be what it is. And you're going to keep seeing more and more foolishness. YouTube is going to start pushing podcasts like crazy. And what you're going to see are a bunch of people who are going to get in, just sitting down with this microphone. You're going to see an explosion in the sale of this microphone. And they're going to be sitting around having podcasts and having conversations and talking about any and everything. YouTube is strongly pushing podcasts. The dollar is not going to get dethroned before any of us on this podcast dies. It's not going to happen. Like right now, you're seeing a bunch of people who are living a normal, average American life who are getting rich off of it, who are living a certain way. Yeah, change is going to constant. Pretty much. So what we're seeing right now is a bunch of these internet videos just taking over. And once again, and I can hang my hat on this. When you understand that we have a lot of people who are entering into relationships without actually meeting their other partner for a significant amount of time, we will see. Like, all right, let me just go ahead and talk about this. The digital coin with all this other stuff. If you have a business and you're making money, you will be fine. If you're a person out here who's just doing regular stuff, barely making it, your life will not be fine. But I just wanted to bring to you the reality of what is happening and why you're consistently seeing the things that you're consistently seeing and what's going to happen. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a happy, wonderful Friday evening.